Так, вы нам будете создавать пространство, будем вам что-нибудь рассказывать. Потом отрежем. So I can give a little bit of idea what kind of idea I had about this interview or talk. It's not. It's a talk. Maybe idea was that when I was thinking about the subject of intimacy, I realized that so many people, they do not have faintest idea what it is. You know.
Yeah.
Because they think that intimacy is something that is created by the rules, like wife should be like that, and husband should be like that, and then they try to fit themselves into that picture, and then realize that
it's not working.
It's not working. You know, it's not working because you have to be yourself in a relationship.
Yeah.
And it's on one side, it's quite difficult to be oneself in a relationship. On another side, if you cannot do it, then it doesn't make sense.
Yes, cannot be survived.
There is no sense in the relationship because, you know, it's like sometimes I ask people who try to play by the book, play by the rules. I ask them, to who you actually demonstrate this. You know, there is no one over there. You know, no one is watching you. No one cares about it. So many people, they care about, you know, what kind of impression we
giving to someone.
And I remember when once upon a time I was with a girlfriend on some tantra thing, you know, and someone asked her, "Who are you to each other?" And we had good relationship, but she came and she said, "I don't know what to answer," you know. And I told her, "No, do you realize that they just want a word, like we are friends, or we are, I don't know, sexual partners, or we are wife and husband, or something like that." That does not mean anything.
Yeah.
Because even if you say that's my wife, that could mean anything.
Yeah.
From like I never live with her at all. You know, I see her one day in a year. From like we live all around the clock. You know, and we are so close together. So that is I have my own idea about it. You know what intimacy is. And I wanted to ask you, maybe, you know, do you have anything that maybe you experienced through the years? What intimacy is, and are there any ways when we're discussing here in the kitchen, like you start to live with someone, you know, for more or less all the time? What kind of things you can do? You can observe in that person, in yourself, to make your relationship real intimate. Yeah. So that's the question.
Well, love it. Good topic.
Yeah, so that's уже начали, да?
I think everything keep going very perfectly already.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep going then. So the question is, you know, that I already said that this part. You know, I actually differentiate two things. One thing is that when you try to build a relationship by the rules, you take those rules from somewhere, from society, you know, which says, you know, you have to be like that. And then the trouble is that maybe it worked sometime before, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I actually believe that it never worked. Maybe people, they just needed each other, like, you know, like a man needed a woman to serve the man, or a woman needed a man to pay for everything. I don't know. But
or sometimes it's just a fear of loneliness. If you also ask me, the real, like normally when people together, because they are so much feel lonely when they are alone.
So they feel insecure.
Yeah, they feel insecure, and they feel because what happened when you are live with someone, you feel recognition, like, okay, I exist, because for this person I become important. For this person, I'm something. When you are live alone, it gives loneliness, and you trapping into your own sadness because you feel as if I'm not matter at all. There is no one in this existence who really feels I matter, neither I matter to someone. And that gives the huge loneliness and give the feeling of nothingness. To get this recognition, people jumping to the anyone. Okay, like I see a lot of people, even if you talk me about me in the past, a lot of my relationship when I choose I'm not choosing because I genuinely love that woman. Even I don't know what is love. It is that a feeling that you just done with to live alone.
Yeah.
It's just you want to be with someone. It's more joyful to be with
Yeah,
someone rather than.
then there is even a question before that, the first one which I asked, because I once gave a lecture and there was a guy and he said something like, he was looking at me kind of sad, and he said, "Do you really think that a really complete person actually needs any relationship?" And I said, "Why are you asking?" And he says, "I think that a complete person doesn't need anyone. So a complete person just wants to live by himself or herself without anyone else in this. So this subject of intimacy is irrelevant at all." And I told him, it's a very sad situation, because if intimacy for you is just a way to resolve your own issues with completeness, then you will have no relationship, a real relationship at all.
Yeah.
Because it's not a relationship when you have a hole inside of you and you find someone to fill that hole, and you are not in a relationship with the person.
Yeah.
You in a relation with that hole.
Yeah. Your own pain.
Yeah. So what do you think? If you become someone who is not afraid of loneliness, will you still need relationships?
Okay, so thank you for asking. I think that to answer this question, I want to first start with that situation that when people need a relationship, most of the time they take a relationship because of their pain, because of their loneliness. And my answer is always that let's first work on that subject, that you start happy, that you start feel satisfied, that you start feel joy, that you start enjoy yourself. Once that happens, then your container start fulfilled. So what is happened to me in my, let's say, I start my journey 22, 23 years before, 14-year-old. And my starting 6-7 years of all connection, it just come from that space of loneliness. And then I understand it's not working, because I need continuously your attention to feel who I am, and then by jealousy, anger, frustration, all together, then I understand it's not working. Let's start, can I feel contained in myself? Can I be happy, joy, satisfied, enjoy, gratitude, thankfulness? Then there is a feeling came of sharing. I have now full plate of fruits. Before I have full plate of pain. Now I have full plate of fruits and I want to share this. Because in this life, when you share a food become tasty. When you share a ice cream become more tasty. You watch a sunset, but when you share a sunset with someone, the sunset become vivid. Sharing is the caring. So when you feel that fulfillment in yourself, that you don't need someone, but you love to share, then the quality of connection change. And when that happened in my life, that I become content in myself, because of meditation, spiritual practices, or so many different processes and things which I'm going through, or a conscious evolution, then when you go or attract a partner, and in my understanding, then you not go for a partner, honestly, then you just enjoying your banana, your strawberries, your sunset, sunrise, walking. Partner knock the door. The person knock the door. Hey, you look very happy. Let's be happy together. And then you start sharing that happiness, and that bring the true intimacy, because this intimacy come from the space of sharing, and that's a very, very different quality. So your question that a person who feel fulfilled in himself, then does that person need intimacy? I think that's the only person who can taste the true intimacy. Before that, you are just fulfilling your loneliness with the presence of some person. But the true intimacy, a true connection is happen in the space of sharing. That you not asking, you not try to overprotect person, you not try to judge a person, you not try to put cage in a person, you try to give the sharing, you try to give your own experience of love, joy, happiness, and then you can experience intimacy. So in my understanding, only a person who feels first fulfilled in himself can able to experience intimacy, and that person want to love intimacy because he has something to share, and that's his expression of joy.
It's like my experience was also like that. It's like before that you had a lot of pain and you had kind of negative condition.
Yeah.
And then you come up to some state which I call zero state. You have no pain,
Yeah.
but you have no pleasure either.
Yeah.
And then in this zero state, you can stack on it.
Yeah.
I have no pain, that's fine. I don't want any pleasure. It's funny. And I have another thing about intimacy. I heard that people say that if you become too intimate with someone, too close, then you lose all the passion, then you lose the interest in that person because you kind of, I don't know, too close. So to keep the passion going, to keep the intimacy going, you have to distance oneself from that person, and that's kind of idea. No, I don't know why they do that. I have my own theory about it, but it still doesn't explain me. It doesn't tell me what real intimacy is. Except it's like, if we go from your concept, it's like you had a full plate of pain. Now you have full plate of fruit, and you want to share. So what those people who are talking about being too intimate, what they are afraid of?
I think again, that the human brains are magic. They always try to create a definitions. We try to create a definition of a marriage, husband, wife. These days a lot discussion going on, open relationship, close relationship, this or that. We need a boxes. We need something to fit human system, human brain, our understanding. And it's another, I think, false observation. In my understanding, true intimacy happen when there is no fear. So for me, it's another fear that we are carrying. If I get too close, if I too intimate, then I lose sexual interest, or maybe I lose mental interest, emotional interest, and then I will get bored and this and that. It is all come this mental masturbation and also the fear. My honest feeling is that a true intimacy happens when you not have any fear. Like when I'm experiencing a very deep connection in my life with my partner, with my woman, one of the best things which I experience, I don't feel I live with someone else. I truly feel that I live with myself. Her presence doesn't disturb my own space. Her presence feels so much synchronized and melting with her, and the same my presence syncs so much melted and synchronized with her. And that's why when this fear will drop, then you really go deeper. You really try to experience fully. Then it's not about that two people together. It's just you become one organism. Like we see mind separate, body separate. But if we go to the enlightened masters and talk about with them, they tell mind and body one. It's a one organism. There is no separation. That's kind of intimacy you start feeling with a partner when you really drop that fear. And in my feeling, that's how it should be, because you know totality. You really knows each other. You really putting words in each other's mouth. You try to understand emotions, gestures and all that. And that's so much joy to live with yourself, but still with someone. So it's a very different feeling, a different phenomena of intimacy. You don't feel any fear.
Yeah. I think it's not something that you can explain with words to someone who never felt it. Because my question would probably be, how to get rid of that fear. But then what I see here is some kind of built-in paradox. When you meet someone, it's not very difficult to find out what kind of things this person likes and to become like that. It's like to adapt yourself, like present yourself the likable way, so that that person would like you. And then you would kind of get this good relationship going because you know the rules. Problem is that you are not showing yourself. You're showing a picture. So the relationship this person has is not with you. It's with a picture. It's with a picture. And then you again, that's the same fear, because what you want relationship with you,
Yeah.
not with a picture.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to show a picture. But then people they're afraid to remove that picture because then you will see me.
Yeah.
And what if you will not like me? What if you'll not like me?
But that's we are discussing, because in a one way, a person, whoever interested in true intimacy, person need to drop this all ideas and all the fear.
Yeah.
He really need to be as much honest and authentic. So like for example, you know I'm teaching Tantra, yeah? And
Yeah.
it's always a very amazing subject and at the same time controversial, yeah? So before this partner, she's a very deep, loving tantric woman, which I'm right now having. But before that, I'm in another relationship before her. That woman hates tantra. For her, it's like tantric people are crazy. They are kind of some kind of mysterious people who just want to enjoy the life. They not like responsibility. They don't like children or family or this kind of thing. So whenever I try to explain her myself, she never try to accept me. Then slowly, my mind understand the true game, that she like a picture of a Satyarthi who is a very husband material. And nobody wants a permanent fight in the life. So then I start to giving that picture. And then slowly, she just learned the Satyarthi which she likes. Not the Satyarthi who the really
one,
Satyarthi
yeah,
is.
real one.
And then the pain start coming. Slowly, I feel so much pain. She feels so much pain because real will come. You cannot play the drama so long.
Yeah.
The real will come. And then when the real came, then the biggest blast happened and I over that connection. And then I promised to myself that I will show who I am. But how can I show it? That I start trusting myself. Before maybe somewhere I judge myself. I feel maybe, tantric people is like this. Maybe who knows, do I ever get a normal woman? And how my woman feel it in this. So maybe I have somewhere a judgment and I fall in the trap. But when I drop the judgment, when I drop my fear and I understand this is me, I need to accept it. And when the next connection, the next woman, the next time love enter, I come with fully nakedness. Hello, this is me, this is Satyarthi, this is it.
Yeah.
I don't know, I could be wrong, I could be right. I'm working on it, I'm not a perfect person, but right now this is me. Can we start from this level? And when you start from that level with this acceptation without fear, then true intimacy happens.
It's a long way, actually. Because this year in June I will be 52. Yeah. And I remember when I separated with my first girlfriend. We lived together for 7 years, and I was very upset. Not because we separated, but because I realized that even if I will try to set up another relationship, it will be the same because I didn't change much. And I had a teacher, and she said, I tried to talk to her about my misunderstanding, inability to understand what kind of things I did wrong. And she said, what's the biggest mistake that people do when they are looking for a wife? And you're looking for a wife, right? And I said, yeah, that's the mistake. And I said, how so? And she said, when you meet someone, you cannot decide if it's a wife or not.
Yes.
You just have to meet this person and then try to figure out what kind of interests, what kind of things this person has inside. Maybe you could become friends. Maybe you could become someone else because you'll be in direct contact.
Yeah.
And if you will keep going like that, sooner or later you will find someone who will be ready for you and you will be ready for that person. But it's not like there are two ways. First you can come up with a picture, what kind of wife I would like to have, and then try to put that picture on different people, and you will fail, of course, because it's just a picture. And there's another way. You can look at the people and see if they are at the same vibe as you, and then maybe you have to, I don't know, you have to have some luck maybe, or maybe you have to be synchronized within yourself good enough so that the vibration that you emit would be visible to those people, you know, and then they will see you. And for me, then I was, there was a book which I translated at the time. The guy, his name is David Schnarch, and the book was called Passionate Marriage, and he was saying something like that. And there was a chapter in the end of the book about death. And he said, and he wrote there, the biggest tragedy for me would be if I lived my life and I knew that there was no one person that ever seen me. Maybe I had a good life, maybe I had a lot of good relationships which were played by the rule, but I never had one person who saw me, real me.
Yes.
Because I was never brave enough to show me. It's not their fault, It's not like you come to someone and say, look at me, because they could look all the way. But if you are not showing yourself, then that's the thing,
And from that point, I also want to add something like, again, I want to be more real life example, so everybody connect more. So I remember that in my past connections, when I'm not showing my real me, and I was, because when I see right now from this version, why, it's a pure judgment. We carrying a lot of judgment from our society, where we grow, because of parents, because of religion, education. They continuously telling how an ideal man should be, or a ideal woman should be, and we carry that. That's why I have this feeling I'm not good enough and I'm not showing my true version. Yeah. Then what happened, that there is always a lot of dramas, lot of games around it. I remember that I was very afraid if my woman checked my phone, or I was feel discomfort if she checked my laptops, or if he checked my almiras, and I was feel like not take care of my boundaries. But and then you lose intimacy, because you create so many rules nearby, how a person can feel natural to be nearby you, and the same for her. But when I start accepting myself and proud on me who I am, then this relationship which I'm right now enjoying from last 6-7 years, this is so beautiful, because no fear left. My woman check my phone, there is no password. She go to Almira, my bathroom, my laptop. Who cares? Because you will find the same Satyarthi, which I'm telling you, there is no other Satyarthi you can find and tell me, oh, you tell me this, what is this? You will find exactly who I am, and then I don't need to remember, because I'm telling honest and truth. I don't need to remember what I tell you last time.
To say the truth,
And then it's super easy life. So I think the truth and the honesty, and again to being proud on yourself whom you are, that I think the great foundation of intimacy. And without this, I don't think so we can experience intimacy. And again, it's all three things happen when you feel contained, when you feel again fully contained in yourself and comfortable with yourself.
Well, then I think how one can go all the way from this need to be recognized as someone. It's like something, someone, some picture, from no needing to be recognized by some outside person, just knowing that this is me. You can look at me, you will see the same me in any area of my life. You can talk to me, I will tell you about myself if you like. But how do you go by I can tell you the story. When I was like 20-something, and I was working as a translator, so I was sitting by the computer and working with texts. And then once upon a time, a guy came, some American, and he said, I need a translator on the stage. And I was a very shy person. I said, how can I do that? I cannot talk to the people. And he says, it's no problem. I will show you how to do that. And I said, no way, I will not go. So he took me, and it was terrible from my viewpoint. It was terrible. I was sweating all over. I was afraid. I was scared like hell. There was a whole place of people, like 1,000 people, and I had to speak into the microphone, and he was giving some lecture. But when it was over, he came over to me and he said, why you are so afraid? You are a very fine interpreter. You did well. And I said, how can you know? Because they do not understand anything from what I'm saying. And he said, it's very easy. When I say something funny, they laugh. When I say something sad, they are sad. So that translates. And it doesn't matter what kind of words do you use. Maybe you mixed some words, but that's the biggest thing. Because if I say something funny and no one laughs, that's a terrible thing, So you shouldn't doubt in yourself. Just do the things that you can do, and then with time you will gather enough momentum, enough inertia, enough power to not be afraid. And later I remember stories when even if I had few stories when I was working at the stage and someone in that group said that's a very bad interpreter, move him because he does some bad translation, and I was not afraid at all. I would switch off the microphone and ask what's the problem? Can I help you? And I found out it's not scary. But this situation when you are on the stage is very similar to the situation when you are in a relationship. You have to show yourself and not be afraid.
Yeah.
And I think I was lucky because I had many people who kind of gave me that recognition. They said, you're a good person, you're an able person, you can do things. But what if I didn't have such experience? What if some people around me, like my parents or society or someone, they really tell me all the time that I'm wrong, that I do things not properly and stuff like that? How can I grow over that barrier of not being recognized by society, even at the level of, I don't know, self-expression? Do you have any?
I think we all need to go through with it, brother. I think we all need to go through with it, and I know you, so I see also how much you are an amazing person, and I think the important which is here is to be anyone who again come to that level which want to create a true intimacy. I think the first step is start again to true intimacy with yourself, and that's I call more inner work. You need to be really work on yourself and asking the right question. Why I need recognition? Why? Who is inside, who is looking this continuous approval? This desire of continuous approval, until this is not satisfied, you cannot handle it. It can only satisfied in my understanding when you really understand yourself. When you know your own true nature, this is me, I accept myself, who I am, what is my understanding, how I see the life, all these questions, which I called it more the question of the being. Like Ramana Maharshi give the one meditation all the time, who am I? And if you go to most of the spiritual masters, they always tell, until you not knows who you are, then even if you knows the whole world, you miss the life. So I think the first journey of, if I interested in the path of intimacy, I need to create an intimacy with myself, and I need to understand who I am, my personality, my nature, and whatever I find it out in this seeking, in this inner searching, I need to be super comfortable. Definitely growth continues happen. Growth cannot stop. After this interview, I learned something from you. You learn something from me. That's a part of the growth. So growth is a continuous phenomena. We cannot tell that, oh, finally I am a enough growth person. The moment I tell it, ego can enter, and then the danger happen that I'm gonna miss all the points. So that's why growth is a continuous process, but I need to create this true intimacy within myself to know who I am. And this acceptation is needed. And I think that's happened with you when you are going through all these experiences. You try to know yourself and try to create your own understanding, your own philosophy, your own experiences. And that everybody needs to go through. Once you have this, then you are enough grounded to show yourself and drop all this fear.
Yeah, I have two things to say about that. The first thing was that I told before that when I was young, I was very, very shy. And I thought it was the biggest problem that I ever had in my life, And I spent a lot of efforts trying to fix myself and stuff like that. And then there was a moment when I thought, well, I did it, I'm not shy anymore. I can talk to people. And then I went to meet my school friends from like 10 to 15 years ago. And I told him the story, you remember me, I was very shy and I tried to work with it and I was successful in that. And they said, who were shy? You? You never were shy, You were the bravest person in the class, and they started to tell me stories, and then I realized they tell true stories. I never was shy. How it could happen? Then I realized that it's kind of a self-image.
Yeah.
It's actually a picture of myself which I have in my mind. Someone told me that I was shy, and I thought, okay, that's true, but I never actually knew myself. That was very funny discovery, because I thought before that I spent so much time. I even was kind of upset that I spent so much time trying to fix myself, and then I realized that I wasn't broken in the first place. That's the funny thing. That's the funny thing. And another idea that I have that there's this idea that relationship, like family or something, can be used like. There's this word crucible, like a pot where everything is very hot and cooked. So when you are with someone else, I have this criteria, like if I am in a relationship, I try to be as open and as expressed as possible. And then I try to see what happens the other way.
Yeah.
So sometimes it doesn't happen at all. You try to be open, and then you realize that this person is not ready.
Yeah.
It's very hard to be with that person, but it still works as a crucible. Because if you're open and you are not paid by the same thing, then that's it.
Yeah.
You for some time you try to make it work, then it doesn't work. And then you create a retreat called Transcendence, because you have to transcend those relationships to something better.
Yeah.
But then you realize, okay, sometimes you find someone, maybe with some pain inside, and any person still has some pain inside, but you can create this crucible for each other.
Yeah.
I'm open with you, you're open with me,
yeah.
And I can cure you, you can cure me, we can cure each other. And it's kind of a very healthy thing, which is, even though we are talking about curing ourselves, it's not about being sick people, it's about being tolerable, about being understanding, about understand that most humans, they have lots of these strange ideas which were given to them by society or ex-boy girlfriends or parents or someone that they are somehow broken inside. And then if you are lucky to find someone who says you're not broken, things happen to people. Even if you are broken, we can fix it. But when we fix it, you realize that you were not broken in the first place. So you just had to find someone who is complete enough inside so that he can become a proper mirror for you. It's okay. It's like you can be a mirror for me, I can be a mirror for you, and we can see each other in each other and see that we are not broken.
And I think also here I want to add, when we are talking about the true intimacy, I think it's also important that your purpose, why, I see in my life that is very important for me to truly asking this question, why I need a partner.
Yeah.
This question I think is a very important to help. If I need a partner to fill my loneliness, do I need a partner to get married? Do I need a partner because I'm financially, maybe I feel secure after, or emotionally feel secure, mentally feel secure, maybe I need a children. All this kind of, the purpose is very important. If there is if this question is not clear, then you always attract a partner where fucked up happens. Because you actually don't know the real reason. So when I start having this true intimate connection, which is right now nurturing me a lot, I think my very true question this time was that I really don't need a partner for marriage, for financial thing, for children or for something else. I need a partner where I can grow, where I can grow as a human being, where I can grow, because I know that I'm not a perfect person, but still I have this deep desire to be a grow and to experience the divine truth in love. Like even just what is love? I would be very sad person if Satyarthi have everything, all the fame, all the money, all the cars, all the students, all the big books and workshop, but I never experienced true love. If I die like this, I would be really sad person, because that's the most of the reality.
Famous but unhappy.
Yeah, like a person who write a big book about love,
about happiness,
but never experience a love. So when I was in my, I think the last relationship end, then I have this 1-2 year of cooling down to be observation, integration, and then all the time I'm asking, please, my only purpose right now is to be grow and to experience love. And when this was my true desire, then this time when I receive a partner, which is again I'm not trying to find or not try to hunt, just partner came. You just meet for a second and you know it. This is it. And the feelings start happen. And when this relationship grow, it's so amazing, because the purpose is I want to experience love and a growth. Yes, insecurities came. Yes, fear came. Yes, jealousies came. Yes, lot of things came. But you remember, the purpose is growth. Can I grow now from this insecurity? Can I grow from this fear? Can I grow from this jealousy? And then step by step, more intimate. And then this deep bonding of trust and love, you start feeling. That gives the feeling of I'm at home.
Yeah, just imagine the book cover saying, how to be happy, which I didn't experience myself. It's like that, because I wanted to say something about. Now, when I was with one of my ex-girlfriends, she once asked me a question. She asked, why did you choose me? And I thought it's a good question, so I started to try to think about it. And the first thing that I came with was like, I did not choose, actually. It's like happened. And I started to think why it happened. How do I choose, Actually, I did choose, but I never thought about it specifically. It's like just happened, Then I realized that, when I have this kind of expectation, I have this kind of vibration which I expect of people. And of course, I want to be secure with that person. I want to have good sex. I want to have good life. I want to have, common interests and stuff like that. But you can have that with anyone, basically. And then there's this idea of growing. So if you come together with that person, and then for some time, you have to watch, am I growing with that person? Does it become better? Or it becomes worse, like that. And again, and then you have to feel yourself. You have to be in connection with your own desires, with your own body, with your own interests, and be honest with yourself. Because sometimes, it's like, this person is fine, but I'm not growing with that person. It's just, it was just a stage in a relationship, and it's okay. It's okay. Because when I think before that you spoke about sharing, I remember there was a girl, actually. I met her. We were not together. We didn't have any relationship per se. But I met her. There was I was with this group of ecstatic dance people, and there was some kind of quarrel. And she said, and they were swearing at each other. And he said, "I'm gonna cut your balls off," something like that. So I became interested, and I came up to her. So can you do it right now? Here, because I cannot understand this emotion behind it. What is that? So we started to talk, and then after some time, she said, I'm in a relationship, unhappy one, because this guy is not good for me. And I asked her, how ungood? What is meant not good? And she said, he doesn't do that and that and that and that for me. And I said, okay, I can do that for you. Do you want me to do that? And she said, okay, let's try. So I started to do that. And that went on for maybe a couple of months, and then she disappeared for some reason. And then some weeks later, someone told me that she's in a relationship with someone. So I texted her and said, why didn't you tell me? And she said, because I didn't want my boyfriend to know that we had this very strange kind of relationship. And I said, what's so strange about it? And she disappeared again. But then, maybe a couple of months ago, she called me and she said, I'm very grateful to you because you did something with me. Because before that, I had this concept that no one will do that for me just without any exchange. Because there was a moment when we spoke and she said, why are you doing this? Do you have any purpose? And I said, no, I'm just doing it because I can do it. Because I wanted her to feel that sometimes people do things for themselves.
Yeah.
I do that for myself. I do that because I wanted to feel that I can do that.
Yes, very true. Very true.
Even if it doesn't result in a sexual relationship or something, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Why not?
Why not?
I just give things to the world. I give things to people I like for some reason. And if later those people say, I cannot be with you as a girlfriend, it's okay. Why not? No, I just... I think there's a saying in Russian, like, make something good and drop it to the water.
Yeah.
So let it flow.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
And then when we spoke with her, and she said, I'm very grateful to you because something changed in me. I realized that I'm a good person, that someone can value me, someone can recognize me, and I thought something happened to me too because I realized that I do have that plate
power
full of fruit. Yeah, I can give, and I will not lose anything if I give.
Yes.
It's not like I gave and I lost it.
Yeah.
No, I give because I have a lot of things to give.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah, it was
But if you see your experience, again telling the same thing which we are discussing, that is because you feel content, because you feel fulfilled. And if we see your journey, you have a long journey of inner work.
Yeah.
So I think the most important thing again and again, roundabout the one thing that anyone who interested in intimacy, the first is to be work on yourself in that way that you start feeling happy, satisfied, fulfilled, have this fruits which you not feel to be lost by someone. You feel to share it because you have enough, and the more you share, the more you feel you have it, and then there is a possibility that someone can enter in the life which you can have this true deep connection and intimacy, and that's always start from yourself. And all your experience telling the same thing again and again in a different stories. Like when I was in the last relationship, one thing like perfect woman, perfect woman. I don't have any right now. Maybe in that moment when I'm little bit get crazy, a little bit fight, okay. But when this turmoil of fight over, I feel she's a beautiful woman, she's an amazing woman, no problem. But you attract a partner where you are.
Yeah.
I was in my life that time where I'm carrying a lot of self-judgment about myself.
Yeah.
So I carrying the partner that I need for that time. Then she grow enough with me because I bringing lot of meditation, lot of tantra, lot of things. I grow a lot of because she bringing grooming. How to being in a good hair, how to have a stylish dress. She was an actress, so she knows. She take me a lot of beautiful red carpet things and all this kind of luxury things, which as a spiritual hippie I never been try. So she groom me a lot. I grow her a lot about a meditation and all that. But because our choices are very different, my choices is always meditation, tantra, enlightenment. This is my purpose. And her choices is, like to be actress, style, makeup, parties, gigantic Marriotts and all this, gala dinners, big dresses and all that. Then some things are matched, which you can enjoy together, but some things are not. So when that growth complete, then anyway you complete the relationship.
Yeah.
So also what I see that whatever partner either you attract in your life in the past, whatever I attract, they also come in a one purpose to make us grow.
Yeah.
Then when the growth complete, then there is a time, then a new partner will come.
Yeah, that's another thing we were discussing. That it's like the same story when I thought I was shy, and then later I realized I wasn't.
Yeah.
The same thing happens to a relationship. When you look behind, you realize that in every relationship that you had, you did not lose anything.
Yeah.
You got something very important, and then you realize that you could not be as happy as you are now if you didn't have that before.
Yes.
Because if I met this person before, like 5 years ago, I probably wouldn't be able to resonate at the same frequency, kind of, because I had some holes in me still. And then in every relationship, you realize certain things, you get some experience, which
you grow,
and then
Like I remember when I meet Seti, I was in like very, very perfect space of my life, and this all perfect space came because all the relationship which I have it. If I not have those, I will not that perfect, ripened, mature fruit to handle this beautiful, wild woman Satya. I cannot. If she came me 3 years before, maybe I'm not ready. But when that time she came, I was so much in my best space, and then I'm on the same philosophy that I need to be honest and be myself. And she came also, Satyarthi, just be truthful. You don't need to be anything else with me. You need to go love with other women, that's perfectly fine. You need to travel to the world, perfectly fine. You need to meditate, perfectly fine. Because we all are coming in this life for experiences. As lovers, our responsibility is to help each other to experience whatever is need to happen for someone's growth. So whatever your growth is, it either to be giving other women sessions, teaching tantra, travel to the world, making money, or doing businesses, helping other people. All this experience is you needed for your growth. And I'm very much happy to be part of it if there is a honesty and truth. If there is a no honesty and truth, then I'm not interested in it. And I think I was ready for that time to handle myself, who I am, and ready to handle honesty and truth. And then you create this true intimacy which is beyond the rules. Which is no rules, which is no rules, which is no teaching in the book, which is no formula, which is you just explore by yourself. And that's why I'm telling, when people are discussing with me either open relationship good or a close relationship good, I tell there are 3 kind of ships. One is no ship, when you are alone, no ship. Then you enter to a closed ship, and then you become mature and you enter to the open ship. But I tell, in the life, in reality, no ship needed. The most important is needed honesty and truth. Then 2 individual, a man and woman, decided according to their growth and their level, how they want to explore intimacy. For someone, aloneness very important. For someone, closeness very important. For someone, freedom, openness, experience is very important. So do not take other people's rule. My rules will not gonna work for you.
That's the true thing.
Neither somebody else or Osho or Krishnamurti or any Babas or Mojis, their rules will work with you. You need to be just understand that according to your growth, you have the partner. Honest, truthful, conscious communication. Find the way how you two together dance this. Bachata, how you can dance it in this love with take care, respect and love each other, and you find your way. It could be sometimes super close, like no other man and woman. Sometimes, who knows, you interested in other partners, you enjoyed it. Sometimes it's a marriage kind of thing, sometimes non-marriage. Sometimes you become lover, sometimes you become business partner, sometimes you become husband, wife, brother, sister. Lot of roles. As a man, woman, when you are in true intimate, you enjoy different it according whichever way this going on.
The most frustrating thing that I encountered in relationships is like when a partner tells you, you're not going by the rules, and you ask, what are the rules? I'm not sure. But I feel that you're not going by the rules. Which rules? Who invented those rules?
Yeah, yeah.
Someone invented those rules, and why should I care about someone else's rules? You know, I don't care about them. I don't know my own rules.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't have them at all, because basically I realized, you know, the first question that I asked you, you know, what intimacy is. Probably it's not a thing. It's a process.
Yeah, it's a process.
So there's no definition like intimacy is this.
No.
Intimacy is a process of being honest, of being, you know, in a flow, of being, of, as you said, honest communication, being open, and then whatever happens is good. You know.
Let's try to figure it out in that way. Intimacy is a continuous process of a growth with yourself and with the partner.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my that light came off.
I'm fully satisfied by this conversation. I thank you very much.
I'm also very, very grateful.
I think we came up with a very good words to describe whatever we wanted to describe. Yeah.
And I'm also wants to tell that thank you for all this wisdom and the knowledge that you bring to me, my life, this friendship, and also to the people's life.
Because for me it was also, you know, I was telling people that in 2019 I met you by a chance. You know, there was this girl, Katya, and I don't know what were her reasons. She found me on the net and she said, come to us, you are a person that you have to be here. And I never heard about any tantra before. I used to tell people the story, you know, like the second or the third day when we had this course, and then and you said, you know, okay, now we do it in couples, and the receiving part you get naked, and I said, what? It's impossible. And then I see that everyone did it, and okay, let's try it.
Let's try. Why not?
Why not?
I travel the world. Why not?
Why not? It was very funny, because for me it was a very new experience. It was unusual, and then after that I was actually kind of researching the subject. You know, how people can be together, and how it is connected to your body, to your sexuality, to your sensitivity, to anything like that. You know, because it's a very big part of your life, you know, for any person. Because if you come here to have experiences, to have any experiences, then you have to research it. You have to try it there. And I was very grateful to you and to that period for about a year when I was going to your workshops and researching myself. Even if I was with someone else, you know, and she also gave me a lot of lessons. Some of them were negative, but you know, I still have to be honest with myself, you know, because it's sometimes it's difficult when you look at the person and you realize that you don't have to be with that person, and you have to be honest. You don't have to be. So you have to separate and let the person live her own life, and let yourself live your own life. So I thank you very much. You gave me some part of that knowledge and some part of that practice.
Thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you.
And thanks to people who will be watching that.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.